Hey everyone, how you doing? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case may be, whatever time it is. I wanted to share something with you that I hope is significant and valuable. And what that is your name. Your name is very valuable. You have no idea how valuable it is. And rather than me reading off from my material and whatever, you do your own research. Now, the only difference is that I've got available tools to use. Noah Webster's 1950s copyright dictionary. Very valuable, very intricate. Great study guide. I use it all the time. You want to look up the word be or being. Being. You also look up the word which is or ISO. And then you go over to ISO, that's what it tells you to do. Go to ISO. And it says exactly equal. It doesn't matter your origin of birth. I don't care what level of progenation you came to be under. I don't care whether it's high, weird, illegal, unorthodox levels, or a very loving family, with a history of intelligent people. It doesn't matter. This is all a spectrum. That's it, spectrum. All right. I'll be honest with you. My mom basically took advantage. Didn't exactly rape him, but took advantage of the guy that she took in the sperm through and became pregnant. And so that's how I was progenited. Doesn't matter. So let's get to your name. To help validate this a little bit, how does a dictionary measure out? You have to, you go through pages like an insane person and try to find where the letter A is, letter B, letter D, letter C, F, G, I, W, Z, whatever. You gotta, dig through and find it. No, you don't. It's alphabetical in perfect chronological order, just like this tape measure, right? One, two, three, four, five, and all the little increments in between. What that tells us is that life has sequence. It has measure. And the measurement is what I just showed you. We all know that 2 times 2 equals 4. Anything else is absurd, and we just ignore it, right? So let's go back to your name. So whatever your name is, and I can't do an example because I'm on the phone. Otherwise, I'd do an example. So, like, for instance, my name is Richard. And you look up the name Richard, and there's like, oh man, I don't know how many it is. I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked it up. There must be like 8, 9, 10 what we call attributes and qualities that support my name. Courage, valiant, aggressive, creative, and back behind these identifiers are these not exactly pronouns, but they're verbs or adverbs. They're words that denote action or inspiration that I own, which I do. And when that's what you want to do, you want to look up your name. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be the wind. It could be water. It could be a mountain or a tree. Then you got to look up what the abstract is behind that object, whatever that is. A mountain, oh man, history, life, a mountain or a tree. A tree is definitely life. A tree is more than life because what does a tree do? A tree supports life. It breathes out whatever its RNA and DNA, and it breathes in our carbon dioxide. So there's an interrelationship there, right? That's all abstract, right? So I encourage you, just for a little fun, look up being, and then look up your name and see what it means. It could mean, and again, like I say, I'm using the phone right now to make this video, so it's really difficult for me, but whatever your name is, look it up and see what it means. See what its history is. If you'd like, go to my YouTube channel where this video is going to be uploaded. Go to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe. And then under this video, give me your names. Give me your names. And I will, for a few, not for all of you, but for a few, I'll give you some examples. I'll look up the names and then I'll give you I'll tell you what, you do this. You put your name under the video on YouTube or on Facebook. I'm going to put this on Facebook as well. Put your name under this video, and then I'll grab 2 or 3, maybe up to 10, because I'm going to make this a offering for services rendered for food and lights, right? And I'll make another video, short ones, for the first 10 names, maybe a little more, it depends. The first 10, 15 names, whatever, for each name and what they mean. So I encourage you to, and this is significant. You remember, your names are intentional. Okay, I was going to give you another excerpt. When your progeniting parents create the baby, you, sperm is electric. It's mathematical and it's electric. So is the egg. It's mathematical and electric. Only the father's sperm has chromosomes, not the mother, only the father. That actually determines scientifically and mathematically the sex, or the plumbing, if you will, the entire DNA, the entire physiology of the child. And scientific fact, look it up. And not only that, but there's a small atomic explosion because only one sperm has the exact mathematical constitution that the egg will allow to enter into. Very scientific, very mathematical. And how many sperm, sometimes there's, they do play with it, but just natural occurrences. The most people have in general situation is twins or singles. And even in the twins, when they split, the chromosomes of the father determine the sex. Could be a girl or a boy, could be 2 boys, could be 2 girls. That's all scientifically determined when the baby is conceived and starts to progenate and grow. So it's all scientific, significant. You are significant. That represents value. So again, go back. So atomic energy, right? The atomic, little atomic explosion goes off, and the woman generally, depending on her level of sensitivity, can feel right away, within 24 to 48 hours, that she's conceived. Because, no woman can deny or not. I mean, they can, depending on their sensitivity, they feel that explosion. And, there's a little shakeup in the cervix when that explosion takes place. So again, this is encouragement for you. Realize that you are significant. You're here for a reason. And it's your responsibility to find out what that reason is. Just like it's your responsibility to look up the word be, being, or is ISO. And I look it up all the time for a reminder, and it puts me in tears because, life in its vacillations of experiences, we get kind of lost, and not lost, but we vacillate, kind of forget. And I do what we call a translation, 5-step process. And in that translation, you've got to look up what words mean. And it's a repetition. It's kind of like becoming a concerto piano player. That takes years and years and years. You got to understand music systems, rhythm, harmony, melody, music principle, all those things before you become a concerto. Same thing with everything else. It's a discipline. So again, write down your names under this video, YouTube or Facebook, and it'll send me through my email. It'll send me messages to tell me, and I'll check my email and leave me the names, and then I'll make videos of what that name means in my understanding of abstraction. And you got to realize I'm a mystic. I'm a Scorpio with a Capricorn rising, and I understand, because I use a dictionary, because I read, what that does, it broadens or expands the content or the capacity of your instincts and your intuition. And usually the intuition and the instincts are more in the non-dimensional realm. They're not dimensional. Well, they're all of it. But the instincts and intuition are in tune from the non-dimensional. So it's information that it's in the moment. It's not in the moment, but difficult to explain. Hard to explain when your intuition and your instincts are expanding and broadening. You just go with the flow because it's more or less a kind of poetry. So so again, names down below, and I'll check my email and see what's going on and see if you left your names, and I'll look them up. And then I'll make other videos explaining what that name means in the abstract from my intuition and from my instincts. So again, thank you very much for paying attention here and listening. I hope you do, live it. Look up the name, look up the being and is and ISO, look those up, and leave me your names down below, and I'll look them up and make videos about, change my mind, maybe first 10, 20, something like that. So have a good evening, and thank you for listening to this video. Love you all. Take care.